Hello, my name's Tim Shelbourne, and in the following video tutorial we're going to look at how we created the gritty dynamic portrait this month as featured in the magazine. As you'll probably see, I'm using Photoshop CS3 at the moment, but you could equally use CS2 or even CS if that's what you've got available. The procedures and techniques are exactly the same for either version. So we'll start by opening the this portrait of the monk that you'll find on this month's cover CD, and we'll open that in Photoshop. You'll see from this that it's a fairly standard portrait shot. Nothing really too dramatic or exciting about it, but it's got the potential to have some real good dynamic impact if we handle the tones and image quality properly. It's nice to have these old faces that have got plenty of lines and signs of age on them. They often turn into really effective portrait shots with the right treatment, of course. So for this image we want a really kind of muted, gritty, high contrast effect, and that's exactly what we've done in this tutorial. So I'm going to begin by first duplicating the background layer here, and we can do that by simply right clicking the background layer and choosing duplicate layer from the fly out menu there, and we'll click OK to the following dialog. Now I don't want any colour information on this layer, so although I wouldn't recommend this normally if we were looking for a strictly monochrome image, we're simply going to desaturate it. As you'll see in a later tutorial in this issue, if you want to produce really nice monochrome images, then we need to use the channel mixer rather than simple desaturation. But for this, a simple desaturation will do the job perfectly. So we'll go to Image, Adjustments and Desaturate, and that gives us a useful grayscale layer to work with. I just want to set the blending mode for this layer to multiply, so we immediately get a little more drama from that. Okay, so we also want to add some more grain to the image, so we end up with that really nice reportage kind of gritty effect, and for that we need to just add a new layer, and I want to fill that with white, which we can do via Edit, Fill, and from the Contents box we'll choose White for Contents and click OK. We'll just leave that in that mode at the moment so we can actually see what's going on with this layer. So to add noise to the layer, we'll go to Filter, Noise and Add Noise. I want Gaussian for distribution, and we'll set the amount slider to somewhere around 135. Remember, as well as dragging that slider, you can actually use your arrow keys on the keyboard, but this is a fairly loose technique, so somewhere around that kind of figure will be enough noise. Also remember, very important, we don't want to introduce any colour noise in here. Just make sure to check the monochromatic box, and we'll simply click OK to apply the noise to the image. Now obviously we want to see the layers below through this noise, so I'll simply set the blending mode for the noise layer to soft light, and we can see there we've got some nice grit and grain beginning to show. Now although we want the effect to be quite muted in this portrait, we do want to boost the colour saturation a little, so for that we'll return to the background layer and we'll go to Image, Adjustments, Hue Saturation. Just pull that palette up there so we can see what's going on, and we'll just tweak the saturation a little, somewhere again around about 35. That will do. That gives us quite a nice effect. It's important with these filters to make sure that you have the preview box checked, so you can actually see what's going on in your image, and I think that'll do us nicely. Click OK to apply that.